Welcome back to Kev's Credit YouTube channel. We're back with another episode today, talking about hard inquiries. Before we get into that, a little housekeeping. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Tap that like, and make sure you share this with anybody who needs any help with credit, business credit, personal credit, uh, credit at the rent center. You don't need a rent center. You just need to get your credit up. So let's get into it. All right, hard inquiries. What are they? Are they good? Are they bad? Is there pros? Is there cons? Is there a way to get rid of them? Is there a way to get around them? I'm going to let you know about all that. So hard inquiries is basically when you apply for a line of credit, either with the auto loan company. Sometimes you can open up a bank account, especially getting credit cards. They always do a hard inquiry, which is a pool of at least 1 to 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So after they pull that information from one of those 3 credit bureaus, a ding goes on your report saying this company researched your credit, they looked at all your credit history, and they either approved you or denied you based on your credit history. And inquiries play a part of that credit history or credit profile, or your overall credit outlook, as you weigh. So, do you need credit inquiries on your report? Does a lot of them hurt you? Yes. Having more than 3 inquiries in 6 months definitely puts a stain on your credit report. Is frowned upon lenders, and each inquiry over that 3 and 6 months time period pretty much brings your score down 3 to 4 points, depending on where you are already. So always avoid applying for excessive credit. There's a thing they say, if you're applying for multiple mortgages, those inquiries don't weigh as much. If you're applying, try to get a car loan, they ding ding your account maybe 4 or 5 inquiries at a time when you go and search for cars. That is true. They do that, and the inquiries may or may not hurt you as much when piling them on all at once, but I always say avoid that measure. One way to avoid that measure when dealing with buying a car is going to your bank. Credit union is always best. Go there, get your financing, get your one hard pull, and bring that check to the dealership. So that's one way to avoid getting hard inquiries in that manner. But like I said, they do affect you. Now, one way to get rid of those hard inquiries is by disputing them. A lot of times, when you're opening up certain accounts, you may not get that card. You may not even apply for that. You may look at your credit report and see an inquiry on something that you didn't apply for or don't have the card to. So you can definitely dispute those with all the credit bureaus. Just basically write up a letter. I'm going to drop a link to get a template of my inquiry removal letter in this video. So go ahead and get that, use that, send it out to the bureaus, put the inquiry of the creditor that put the hard inquiry on your account, send it off, and a lot of times get removed. That's one way. Or if you definitely believe that inquiry was put on your report fraudulently and you did not apply for that loan, you can call the consumer reporting line, the fraud department of each credit bureau, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, and simply dispute that inquiry. Say you don't have any recollection of you applying for this card or this account or this bank account or trying to apply for a house or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, you can get that inquiry removed depending on the rep you get on the phone that day. So those are a couple ways to actually get rid of your hard inquiries. But like I said, hard inquiries are a pain. They stay on your record for at least 2 whole years. Actually, it's about 25 months. So if you look, a lot of people use Credit Karma. A lot of people hate Credit Karma. Credit Karma scores are not what the banks look for, but the information on Credit Karma is pretty accurate up until at least 21 days or so. So all the information, the inquiries, the account balances, the statement dates, all that is pretty much correct. So what you can do is look at your Credit Karma or any other credit monitoring service. I just told Credit Karma because it's free, and we like the free apps around here. So you look at that app, match up the date where you got the inquiry. They'll give you they'll give you all the way up to the exact time, date. A lot of times they give you a lot of details on these credit reports. You get the date and you look, and you just give yourself 24 months. I know actually on the Experian they give you the day that the inquiry is going to be removed, and it's always 25 months to the date. It's always 2 years and 1 month after it falls off. So I guess it gets got the extra 30 days to actually drop off your credit report. So 2 years having something on your credit report for a car, for something you may not even have. You might get denied for that car or denied for that credit card. So that's a pain to get. So one way to avoid those hard inquiries is always look for pre-approvals or offers that what they call soft pulls. And I kind of go into what soft pulls here. Soft pulls are a lot like hard pulls, but they don't leave a permanent mark on your credit reports. So they do the same checking. They may not go into as details as checking your credit history, but they do a little surface level skim of how much you're spending, how much you're in debt, how many accounts you have, how many inquiries you have. They kind of give you a snapshot of what they can approve you for at that time. And then later on, of course, they do a full further review. Now, I've never been through a pre-approval or got an offer off of a soft pull, and I got denied when they eventually did the hard pull. Credit offers like Apple Card, what else? Navy Federal has a lot of pre-approval, especially when doing credit limit increases. They do what is called soft pulls on your credit report. There's also ways, do a soft pull by doing the shopping cart trick and some of those things, which I'll do a video on the shopping cart trick, which has been fairly successful, less and less these days, but it's still a helpful trick for a lot of people who starting off with challenge credit to get in. So, you can feel free to Google shopping cart trick, or I'll have a link for that video when I get done with that one. So to wrap up here, hard inquiries suck. They're terrible, but they're necessary to get the credit that or the loan that you're looking for. Of course, always avoid getting multiple inquiries by getting your financing before you go to the car dealership, or before you go get a soft pull or get pre-approved from a home mortgage company before you go shopping around different mortgage lenders. And get rid of them by either sending out dispute letters or calling the credit bureaus to get those hard inquiries removed, or avoid them altogether by going the soft inquiry route or pre-approval route and getting approved that way to make sure that you have the best chance possible of getting approved for that credit. So that's pretty much it. It's my video about hard inquiries, ways to avoid them, ways to get rid of them, and what they do to mess up or actually help your credit, which is very little to none benefits of having hard inquiries on your credit report. So make sure you limit them, get rid of them, and till next time, catch credit.